Cai von Rumohr, who is the Managing Director and Senior Research Analyst at Cowen, to put this into deeper perspective. Good to have you with us, joining us from Boston. Okay, so between these two behemoths, Boeing and Airbus, who do you think is in more trouble?
Well, it's not who's in more trouble. They're both in trouble. Boeing probably in a little bit more because, as you pointed out, they have the situation with the MAX to deal with, which is a little thornier than Airbus's situation.
So let's assume that they each in their own different ways get some form of cash infusion. Was it the right strategy of Boeing to ditch the Embraer? I've read your note on this, but bearing in mind, it could be a shortish term liquidity versus a strategic longer term acquisition.
Right. Well, strategically, it made a lot of sense because it filled a niche at the bottom of Boeing's product line. But the issue was $4.2 billion is basically close to 2 times what Embraer's commercial sales were last year, and we know they're going to be lower this year. Integrating an acquisition in the COVID environment is very, very difficult. So really the price was not anywhere near where the market was. Also, Boeing needs cash. So, I don't know the particulars in terms of did they violate an agreement? Did Embraer not meet all the conditions? I can tell you, I believe that the contract called for if the deal was not completed by late October, there was a free walk away to both of them. So I don't know, but the other part of this deal is the KC-390, where that JV also gets scrapped. However, right. Boeing and Airbus have an agreement to team where Boeing would sell those aircraft to the foreign markets, and that still makes sense for both parties.
If we take Airbus, it seems highly likely that governments will have to step in as shareholders. But it also seems likely that Airbus and Boeing are both going to lose considerable amounts of orders. How long do you think it will be before aviation, airlines, if you like, see anything like, I won't even say normality, but on the approach to normality?
Well, I agree with Boeing. It's at least 2 to 3 years that until traffic gets back to 2019 levels. And the implications of that are basically all these planes we deliver over the next couple of years are essentially superfluous to what the airlines need. And currently, about 90% of the fleet is in storage. So the airlines are not interested in taking any planes at all today.
Okay, do you see, this is an exceptional circumstance, but I'm wondering, are we now reaping the rewards of overcapacity in sheer number of aircraft that we knew coming into this crisis? There were too many planes chasing too few passengers, and that an accident was going to happen. All that's actually happened is a calamity's happened because of what's taken place.
Well, that's an interesting question. If you look at wide bodies, the number of wide bodies in storage had been edging up before COVID. And so clearly wide bodies wanted to come down, and Airbus is bringing them down by about 1/3. I think Boeing will do the same, if not more. Narrow bodies, not so much. Remember, we were not delivering MAXes, right, so that the market really wanted some more. But if you look at every single cycle that's ever happened, it's usually caused by an exogenous event. The Gulf War, 9/11. And so things are going along fine, and your projection of traffic is correct, but that gets thrown into a cocked hat because of some exogenous event. COVID is a much larger exogenous event than we've ever seen in this industry.
Good to see you, sir. We'll talk more. We'll need your help
to
understand this as it goes forward.